various different materials here. I've got some spruce stocks here, a sort of selection of different spruces here. And just so you understand about spruce, about how we produce it here, this is, in a sense, half of the width of the tree, so to speak. So you have here, the wider grain here is the center of the tree. Sorry, is the outside of the tree. The tighter grain is the center of the tree. Other way around completely. The tighter grain is the outside of the tree, and the wider is the center. Because when it's young, it grows very fast. And then as it gets bigger, it slows down much more, takes much more energy to grow bigger. So the outside tighter is the tighter grain is the outside of the tree. As it grows fast, it's this here, bigger. Well, actually, there's not that much difference. You see, there's a classic example here like that. Each one of these is a year, as we all know. The dark is the winter, and the white is the summer. So you can see here, you can take a section here. For instance, like this is a curiosity here, like that. You see this dark line here, that is a really cold winter. So it's concentrated its growth very hard. And then you've got some milder winters in here. So it was very, very cold winter here, mild. And also, you can see all sorts of different things like that. And you've got the experts in timber that can detect, they can see a top, they can photograph it, and then they can analyse it and tell you exactly where that tree is from, whether it was the north side of the mountain, the south side, which part of the tree it is. And it's really, I forgot, it's got a name, Toxidendron, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know in English.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. So typically these trees are maybe 150 years of growth. So how would we cut a piece of spruce like this here? If this is the centre of the tree, this is the outside here, there's the centre here. So the outside is here and the outside is here. So we will take it tangentially straight through from the outside to the centre point here, which means that the grain line is running like this rather than what we would call slab timber here, which is when if you take the tree here like this, and we're going to draw so there's a tree here. There's your quarter sawn piece here like that. Often it's cut into wedges like this. They dry the wedges here, and then they're then carefully split off here to get your. And so you have to make sure that the lines are perpendicular, tangible to that. If you take a piece of wood like that, how am I doing here? If I take it, if I take it there and it goes off grain like this, like that, you see here. You get that, which is very weak. The stiffer the timber comes when it's at 90 degrees exactly to that. And you also get what we call in Spanish espejuelo, which means little mirrors. You get these medullary rays which shine and shimmer when the grain is running exactly at perpendicular with the face here. As soon as it starts to go off, you lose the medullary ray. And you lose stiffness as well. So we want, the basic thing we look for is the quarter sawn, we call it, which will give you a decent board. And it may have more or less of what we call the espejuelo, the medullary rays, but it should be pretty well quartered. So you can see that here. You see these sort of weird things. Some people think they're saw marks, and they're sanding away trying to get rid of the saw marks, but this is the medullary. This means it's a good top. So one thing we haven't discussed is spruce or cedar. Cedar gives you, and it's more recent timber, really brought into play from Ramirez in Madrid, which gives you a warmer, sweeter characteristic, sometimes more volume even as well. But the spruce is like really the original European. This is all European material. It's not Sitka or anything like that. It's European from the Alps region. And this gives you a slightly more sort of bell-like refined tone. And it takes longer for this to open up, typically around 2 years, where the cedar top will take you about 6 months to open up to its potential here. And spruce can fall asleep. If you don't play a spruce guitar, it can fall asleep. You have to play it again to sort of, you can see it 20 minutes, half an hour, it starts to sort of wake up and sing. So it's a question. I think we were talking about cedar for yours.
Yeah, because I'm playing the spruce.
Just
right
playing
now,
spruce
so,
already.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Me too.
Cedar. All right. Okay. So spruces. So have a look through. Have a look through here. One top might jump out at you. Just go through your checks. If I'm looking at going to one of these big companies, thousands of tops like that. So you do the first visual look. You think, okay, you know, it's clean. There's no knots in it. I can tell it's called a sawn. It's stiff here. But the one thing I wouldn't do is that.
You wouldn't.
Because you have to wait that it dries.
Not even that. It doesn't make sense to do that. I'll explain why. What does make sense is this. To listen to the shimmer. You will find a bad quality top doesn't have the same feeling of the hand. It doesn't. It hasn't. It's like there's a sound that you get from a quality top.
But how can you recognize that you are a beginner? Because
You then go visual.
Visual.
Visual, straight, clean, there, or if you
No
want
knots and
no knots, no funny stuff.
Okay.
But sometimes you get what we call berkel or hazelfichte. You get these like oso, garra de oso in Spanish. You get these like these marks, which actually some people really like. They say, oh, yeah, and it's covered with, you know, it's like a bird's eye maple or something like that. You've got these marks, which is a personal preference, you know, and it makes the top even stiffer because you've got these swirls which actually stiffen the top. So why wouldn't we do this? It doesn't make sense at this point. I do that when I'm at the point where I'm actually tuning the top, and I would then listen, and I would find the pitch of the top. Dom. You have to learn how to sing what you hear. And if you haven't got perfect pitch, you can't translate that into a note. You use an app so that you can then know what pitch the top is at. We'll do that before strutting and after strutting. And it's held in a particular place, just here, or like this. You can produce different tones by holding it in different positions. So we'll explain all that. So, also, when you're holding a piece of wood, let's hold this one here. If you hold it here, you get one tone. If you hold it here, you get another tone. And if you hold it at its nodal point where you're breaking, you've got the frequency into threes, for instance, or fours is here. And there you hear, it will sing because it's held in a particular place. But by doing that, in my opinion, doesn't mean a thing. You cannot protect. You could maybe listen a little bit, but it doesn't. I don't use that technique in that stage. It's nice to do it. It looks really professional, but it's not something that I would do at that point. I would listen. The sound. Also to tell me how dry the wood is as well, and does it shimmer? Does it have this thing? A bad quality top has a different quality of sound. So anyway, this is particular. It doesn't look great. It's old, 1980s, but it doesn't look great. It's like a floorboard here, you know. But it would make a great guitar, but it wouldn't look great. So I put that in there as a sort of interesting sort of thing in there. So spruces. So have a look through.
The center guitar that you have hanging. In 10 years from now, will it look the same?
It would be much darker.
So it really does it matter how light the wood is when you select today?
No, it will colour down, it will oxidize, so it will go richer in the
So
colour.
selecting I love that look, but selecting a piece that looks like that now doesn't really work.
Not really, no. Well, I mean, spruces, you see here the difference of colours in between that and that.
Yes.
That's because that's old and oxidized, and that's being freshly sanded. So eventually, that would be the same colour as that.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do when we use coloured varnishes and things, we're trying to emulate the great masters. So we, we want to have the same colour as a 1950s Archangel Fernandez. So we put loads of colour into the polish, and we get this colour. forgetting that in 2 or 3 years it will be even darker than that, and it won't look like the front end. It will look like a much darker version, because it's better to work with some clear colours, and let the timber oxidise naturally. Some people want orange finishes, like Conde Hermanos. They want
And
So-
is that particular guitar in front, is that the example of the Negra?
That
Oh,
is,
like, are you
well,
using-
in a sense, yes. That's like cedar top with rosewood back and sides. Yeah, these are. Yeah, this is actually silicote, which is one of mine. Just started to polish here, and with a cedar top.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm drawn to that.
Into that combination.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
pretty.
nice combination. If you're building a Negra, it's a nice choice. Jazz guitar, also a good choice. Yeah. So spruces. Come, feel.
This is of course.
See that? Over here. So here, I've selected out different top. They're all in pairs. So again, same sort of thing. We're looking at water soaring. We're looking at clean material, and yeah, we'll begin. That's a great.
This is gonna be my everyday.
Yeah, so we'll definitely go with something for the actual rosewood. We have also other options. You know, we also have Indian rosewood. This is Indian rosewood, for instance. This is Paduk.
Yeah, it's a rose. But and this is bloodwood.
Why is it called bloodwood? It's like you can still choose.
Yeah, it's not traditional. Yeah, it's not. Of course, this has been
At some point, because it was like this too much,
this color. So you
and
have
apart from you can tilt this plane too much. I tend to bring it.
but the design is staying with
weight of your
the
shoulder.
to reach this spot, which would stay. And if it's going dark, it's finish quite nice. Well, very thin color and so you're very dense.
This is what
Depending always.
This is called a shooting board.
Play around with it.
And what we're going to do here is we're not going to use this side here, we're using here.
Especially
And then we're going to place that to overhang slightly there. And we use two of these clamps here.
Is this square here?
No, don't worry about that. It's just the overhang that we. This is just a simple stop here. Now these are called clamps here, or hand clamps, and they work by squeeze it like that. You just squeeze this together and then push the cam. If you simply put it together like that and push the cam, it will fall off the bottom. So you have to sort of squeeze that here with the fingers, make sure the cam is up that way, and then push that. Here, playing it. Stance is very important. Don't stand like this. Don't stand like this, because it's very hard to control. So I usually put one hand on the bench there to give myself some stability, and the other one is like this, and the crease of your hand like this. These three fingers here and these two fingers like that. And then, as you start planing, think of it a little bit more cut. Here, you've got this bump here. So, what we wouldn't do, we wouldn't start it like that, otherwise we'll end up whoop and then boom. So we want to just identify those high spots first, and then we have a high spot here as well. So, That means we should just, at the moment, avoid coming all the way back because we don't need
And it
to.
doesn't really matter whether this is square.
It is square because of the way this is two levels applied, so it is square. But actually, when I look at this, we can do some correction before we start. So, extras,
The ones that haven't been chosen.
we can put them in the middle. And what I'd like you to do, first of all, is look at the grain, but coming down like this, and draw a pencil line along,
Work on the neck.
and that's, for me, that would be how I would have it. So we're straightening up the grain now.
Just following one of the lines.
You know,
I see.
Let's
hold it firmly with 2 points and then draw around, then go to the bandsaw and we're going to take that off on the bandsaw, okay? And then come back, put it into the same position and make sure it doesn't lose.
At the moment we are around 18.2, just about 18 meters before we start. Della parte quella standard da 0.5 che è molto piena. Okay, so try to do one single stroke from the very beginning. So the blade should be even a little bit more back. Yes. So you have to include the whole surface. Okay. If I start from there, I'm not cutting this section. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if the blade is okay.
So
start
this
now.
is a survey.
One stroke. Don't worry if it's like it feels like it's sort of not cutting evenly, because what happened is that in here we still have from the bandsaw.
Okay.
Sort of, it's not because of you, it's because of the surface. Then with a straight edge, we can start to have a look at what we have in here. So at the moment, I can feel there is a bump just here. Can you feel that? So to feel
Oh, I
it,
see, I see.
yes. So now what we have to do is concentrate on this area and just do maybe one, maybe even two, and then a full one, and checking it with the straight edge. Okay. Until you feel that it's nice and flat, touching all the way. Okay. So you are aiming that separate. And it's pretty good. A little bit of light here and there.
Okay, so everybody, I'm going to show you how to put together a front in a traditional way.
Now, I was playing just yeah, that's fine. Thinner one, so I can just have a look and find thinner wedge, which would that's fine also. That's all out of the way. Yeah, because it's so thin in there,
Sure.
which will tend to do this again and again. So, yeah, that's fine. There. No. Yeah. And thickness wise, you already did.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So yeah. So it's the so we have to decide basically where do we want the head to be. If we have any issue or any weird stuff, we tend to, of course, put it in the lower part of the neck, so it won't show on the head or in the upper part of the neck. So, but this one looks very clean all over, so it doesn't really matter where we put the head on which particular piece. Okay.
Right.
And you already marked there, I think.
190.
We go.
190, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we need jig. Yes, fantastic. And we need 2 squeezy clamps. That's right. This and then this one there, and then we can also without. It's quite nice to use a plate or something. And then we have all the clamp plates behind us. All this. It's fine. This here, then one squeeze here, side, and then we go ready to glue.
Some of the lines
Do it. On the manual, this is how you read it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which does show where the band is going. Okay, now that's quite questo sia posizionato, vedi qua c'è uno stop, quindi se io questo lo metto così, quando poi vado a incollarlo ovviamente non problema. Forse anche un pelino di più, perché tanto sì, questo è ideale, capito? Quindi meglio, non tanto, però magari esatto, ok. Questa è e poi tra l'altro qua abbiamo sì, quindi dobbiamo e quindi adesso marchiamo una linea parallela al red.
Marchiamo.
Sì, exactly. So now
Is it word?
To marcare. It's like a very old way of
Segniamo. He said marchiamo.
yeah, because my Italian now it's like so weird. Okay, so it's not much, but it's a little bit.
Get this to
At the
where
bottom of the
they're sitting flush.
So now, what I have to do is basically to plane down to my line. Plane down to my line means that I have to play more here and
The way of like I took.
okay. So now we have to basically this jack plane,
No, I mean when you do your
plane it to 82 millimeters. So I start from here.
But because it was during the COVID, so I wasn't able
Okay.
to go and buy the.
Careful not to whip. Cut more here, and then every now and then just stop, check 82.8, 82.3 already. Okay, and let's see up here then. 82.
Probably no more.
82. So now we have actually to correct this by planing quite a bit more here and not thick here, which it means going here, 1, 2, quite a bit, because 1 meter is quite a bit. And then a fine one, check again, and then maybe another fine one.
Yeah, this side.
Is that how it started? Because we go back here.
We will be doing
Yeah, it's all very,
we will use on the front, we will use string.
With that, so that
list of
Yes.
it's very good.
You good?
Okay, so this line is from this end.
That's why I
So I would suggest we come in here, because you can see when you go down here, you can see the
clean this side.
Yes.
work, to be honest.
And I'm parallel sides. This line is because it's pretty.
Okay, yes, 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 yes,
Can I? Two east.
There's a lot, so.
You don't really need the line, just play, measure while you're
That's
dancing.
the straight line for the
Point is to have,
So see what you
okay,
can do.
2 power line. So if this is nice and straight, always straight, you have to do it this way. Or not, you don't have to.
It looks like it's right
Yeah, I would say it's not.
So it is 9,
I think I have kind of a
4.
Okay, what we're looking for, and I would probably,
Senza
for ease of usage, I would simply use
Ripeto, perché tanto di spazio no, perché finirai sempre con una
your
con
82 in a
un paio
shade.
di straightness.
You can place it up against
What we
here
have to
like
make
that.
sure is that of course we don't overdo this, but we have plenty.
82 in the shade. Yeah, you're just about right. And you've done only one side,
So a little bit more of that.
and that's
Okay,
straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to the other side
3,
now.
4,
I'd like you just to,
and then
I'd
one
like you to do
straight.
what we call a ratio cut, which is going to be, you start here,
So
plain,
let's do it. What I
Start
did now, we'll check again.
plain, start here, plain, and then all the way along. And that would be a ratio cut of 1 to 4. That means you've done 4 passes here.
So I'm sort of behind.
So because here we need to be leaning into the motor like this, quarter on the way back, say. This hook is placed like this. These 3 fingers inside here, and this first and thumb here like that.
And also
And
at the
then-
end, we
And then bring it
this.
back more.
So when I'm finishing, because I put so much strength,
And then
I'm pushing there. That's why no. That's an example. Yeah, adesso quello possiamo fare.
I'm going really slowly because I didn't want to.
you can giving
Adesso stiamo facendo parecchio. Quindi muoviamo questa in senso antiorario. E poi sempre riblocchiamo, diciamo, make sure it's locked in place and it's not gonna move. Try. So now I adjust it, and now I adjust the try. And I feel that it's just nice. Now it's just refining the cut. Okay, so now work it a little bit like this. Just a little bit until you get here. Yes, now it's really cutting off, so it's not affecting your. Just until you can feel and hear a constant nice sound. Yeah. Okay, so careful with that. So that sound is reason is for the router, when we go with the sort of center with the router.
Yes, because on the side of the line.
Exactly.
How's it going, Chris?
Good, I think I've got the.
Green line straight here, off, so.
Ma for
Five.
lavorando in un'estrazione di una
Individual
villa
refining.
con
Now, before you do it,
calcio
whatever. Now,
ora parlare italiano è molto difficile perché con le spagnole there's a white pencil which we can use to get a bit more vision. Okay, there we go.
yeah.
Right.
And I'm just going to remind you now, just for I forget, left-handed. So
Left-handed,
left-handed.
left-handed, left-handed. That doesn't matter yet. Doesn't matter yet. Ale, left-handed.
Left-handed.
Left-handed. Is there no? Is there no? Is that
So basically, we will be using
But this was made, it is.
a symmetrical system. We're not going to be working bass and treble.
Okay.
And in terms of the planing of the fingerboard, it's a
Yeah,
more
a little
minimal
bit too much.
angle than we would do with a classical. We just have to make sure we do it on the other side.
Okay.
Not that side, we do it
It's
that
like,
side.
kinda like-
It's a little tilt, it goes like, so it looks wide like that. It's like one. Just have to remember to do it.
This one here.
Yeah, so just constantly remind me.
left-handed?
Left-handed.
I just-
Yeah, left-handed. So, head. That will give you a ukulele head, nut to head, and that will give you a guitar head, nut to head.
Okay.
So we're going to place this flat here and shift it slightly over, hanging over here. And then I will then take this one here and place it over here like that. Now I'm going to do a little trial. I'm going to push down here. If this moves up, which it doesn't, if it did move up, in other words, if it rocked, I would simply take a business card or a piece of veneer or something like that, and I would just pop it under here like this, so to speak,
Okay, ooh.
like that here, and then put the clamp here, so it pushes it down, but we don't need it. So.
Nice and clean. Okay. So, see?
Wait.
And some, yeah.
Okay, so oops, so that needs to come onto here, and then before I tighten up, I'm just going to align everything.
E lo possiamo
I want a sort
mettere.
of straight line down through here. So that
Anche di quello l'abbiamo provato dopo pranzo, subito dopo
Subito
pranzo.
pranzo, le due.
Allora, tre e
Aspetta,
mezza.
3:30.
3:30, sì, va bene, quello lo possiamo già. Aspettiamo un pochino, aspettiamo fino altri 15 minuti e poi lo facciamo. Okay, nice, perfect.
Okay,
So,
so
now we need to prepare this for gluing.
Right.
So we need to put
So
some
now we
tape,
want to clean
basically,
this here,
around this edge,
top to bottom.
another edge.
This is actual our gluing surface. This is supporting, because to plane this, it will most likely break off because it's sharp, down to a V point here. If you didn't have support, it may break off, which would be a pain in the ass. So what we're doing is using the neck itself as a support here, and also it helps to maintain the angle a bit more as well. So we're going to plane this, and this is up. We want this to be clean. It doesn't matter. This is not quite clean. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
But this is
so
what we want.
this is the line.
We want
on the bed.
this to go away.
And we want this to be a 90 degree here. Can you see here? That's my. You see we've got a little bit. Yeah, we've got a bit of movement here.
Not yet. Okay. So this one you draw it yourself just by trying.
Let's pop the veneer in there actually.
Okay. Yeah, that's logical. Yeah, it does look. That's look. You know, that. Very do this. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we have to check with the plantilla how much room we have, and that's fine. So yeah, I
So
think
I'll
we
hold
can-
it down
You
here.
can see that it's much better looking now
Yeah.
than it would be like this. Depends on if you want it as a wedge, which we want because, you know,
Like that.
the inlay in the middle can be sort of, you see in there, for instance, it's straight,
Yeah.
but you could do different things, but
Yeah.
straight is. So, this is good. Okay? So you can go on the pencil, And you can cut, but leave something like this from the line,
Here.
not cut bang on the line.
See, it's rocks because it's forcing it down. Okay? So I'd like you to plane this evenly. If you see that this is going wrong, in other words, you can see that the actual joint is there and there. You see it's going a bit wrong. There's a little line here. That's a reference line. Can you see that's there, but that's way up here.
Right.
And that needs to be squared off. So in other words, if that was the case, where would you think we should be planing to reduce that back?
They're probably gonna say the wrong thing, but I was thinking it.
Correct, yeah, because if you're planing here,
Basically,
this will then move back. The more you plane off, it will move back. So
Okay. So that's looking for this to be
Yeah, you can maybe
that cut line right
the
there.
cut line.
Okay.
You can also come across like this
Okay.
as well.
But ultimately, this will all be flattened.
It will all be flattened.
We don't really
yeah.
care about this.
Don't really care about that, that will go clean, but this needs to be flat. So flat at 90 degrees.
Okay.
Then you can set this even finer by going this way.
So
That's more cut. That's less cut.
Okay.
Then
If you do less cut, bring it always back, get rid of the plate, back to the position, and then set it super fine, as fine as you can. So it's like, and you just go around like that, starting from the top, moving down, so you feel like you're sort of ironing, literally ironing this section.
Okay. Let's try it.
So you know, it's not to protect this because we are playing it anyway, but just so that you know that this has to come all the way up to the tape there. Here it doesn't matter because it's away because we need to access, but it is quite important because you want the report to go on the start, on the start. And then, not to that, it's not on business, because you can put typo, then remember which edge, maybe I will mark it now. The outside you can put whatever, and then you know that this side you want to do. You put here, to here, then you put it inside, something like this. And then this on tape. Tape is probably 5 okay, and then sequence, maybe 7, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 5. Just from here down here, and then set the timer, maybe 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you remove the ground, remove the tape, because it will get stuck there. And then put the clamps back on the tape. Okay? And then you can leave it.
I did the first cuts together, and now it's
It's at 90 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. More to do.
You're a master.
Chris? Well,
The master of the beginner.
Because the center and the right side seem to line up quite well.
let's have a feel.
Great.
Yeah. So, I think I have a feel that the goal even a little bit more at the end and at the start, which is, but it's so like, you know, it does take a little bit of time. Steven said it's more useful, even if you use hand tools, maybe you never use it this way. So you know,
This is all crazy.
so you have to give yourself a little bit of time to learn it. Get to know
Same material. It's coming from the factory.
there.
Well, we actually made these.
Ah, you did.
We made this stuff on Friday to get to. We just chopped them into length. This is 2 lengths of 12, 2 lengths of 9. Just finish off and do these two together. And then once those two are together, we're going to do
It was not much, but
It was in,
yeah, now, up there,
Can we see, we've got saw lines, can we see
the grain. Basically, if you hit it, with always the same spot of the blade, it will tell you, you know,
So that's why this board here, which will basically allow us to join. So you see, exactly, but then see, okay. So now we take one wooden plank, another one here, and we plane to the line. Okay, and then we start to look for the job.
We can cut this section out here. Yeah, so it's just small round here. Pushing up to here, it's only there.
Yeah. Right, so we can take this out now.
Yeah.
This is the one, that's it.
Essentially, you can join.
So this one here,
And just
either way, that's it.
Right.
So it was one.
Then divided
You
up.
see the grade here. Grade here is this. It's just it's the same thing as it's the same board we have.
So just draw around it.
So this one here, that's the row. So now, so we need to re-row this line. We have the razor.
So that's nice. Let's see where we are with all the jointing things. On that one here. And we have one when that went in there later. And so we can just place that aside. This will be released. When we put this together, right after probably around 4. So let's say in 30 minutes.
How much that,
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
like angles or?
Right, so then.
I just wanted to make sure that I was
Square, that's
yeah.
fine. But you
But
do
then
need
go
to
all the way,
break
so this will be good,
Yeah.
good, okay, good, good.
First, thank you for
now we do it like this. So you take it apart. So we have it and do first this and this too. Yeah. Yeah. You can do it. If you are good with that, this is much nicer. You can go on the pencil and you can say, you see, this is slightly smaller than this other. So take on the pencil, cut this screen to the dimension of this. I'm reading this side, so you can okay every mark later on, and then I'll explain what to say. And this also. Okay. Let's do that. this one was not so sharp. This one is better. And now I can see this is a little bit off square. It's not so important, this line up here, because we'll plane it again later on before we do the head veneer on.
Okay.
This one is critical and this one is also very important, so I can check this too. And so it's alright. Now the lighting here is not helping so much, so I can see clearly now. And this is square, and this is also square. So this is, now maybe just finish it with a very fine set block plane, so I can reduce a little bit the cut here. Let's have a feel. It's too much. Yes.
Okay.
This is really cleaning up, so do a little bit, not much on the thing, and then we're ready to go.
Okay, good.
Alright. So this has been glued now, and but the sound, we can probably start to work on that. So we can take this out of the vise. When did you glue this? So this one can come out, and we're just store it. You can store it even underneath the bench, and then take the back and start to work.
Can we have an idea for you that maybe just take off
This blur.
so it's like
Really nice and clean now. Of course, this is not perfectly square, but actually it's pretty damn good. This one is really good, and this one is good. So you can take this apart, maybe quickly clean up this.
Yeah, and you there.
Okay, now this one here actually, you can just clean this a little bit using a sanding block.
Right.
You know,
And you get it in your hand.
something like this, and we're just gonna sand a little bit this area, which is the gluing sort of area. It's very fine paper, just a little bit, just to sort of, because this has been through the sander, which is, you know, a little bit of a coarse.
And this will go away when we...
Yeah, when we play with this. Okay, that's it. Now we are ready to and this will go like this, okay? This. And then now we need to make sure that this is sort of flush. If so, this a little bit over, but definitely not this. Okay, so
I
we
see.
definitely don't want
Okay.
that. It's better to have a little bit of this instead. There we are. And now a block here. Then we put them in here like this. So this is not gonna move anymore. Yeah, sure. And then we're basically ready to glue here. We have two blocks. One can go on the back here, like this, and one can go on the front here. Now, I don't want to put the block over the joint there. So I want to be able to see that joint there, and also in here, of course, I want to be able to see the joint there.
Why?
Well, in here simply because if I put it here,
Oh, yeah.
of course, and in here because the only area really where I want pressure is this one. So, and in here, if it's not completely flush and perfect, by putting it over, it will tend to reduce actually. Exactly.
Okay, I see.
So that's why.
Okay.
And so yeah, we use these again, something like this away from the joint, not like here, very close but not. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we use tight bond. So we put tight bond on this surface, spread it with your finger. Then you can put it in here. You can do a little bit of a rub joint up and down like this, maybe 30 seconds or so. Push it together nicely by hand, which is activating the glue. So it's really good. Because if you spray it through the clamps, then it goes really great. Do this. And here, and then we have two metal clamps here. The big one that we put on the bottom there, like this. And at this stage, I won't put massive pressure. Again, because it will tend to slide. So just enough pressure, and then I put this other clamp here. Again, just enough pressure there. Yeah. And then if I see that it's sliding, I can put this clamp on top here, like so. And then slowly making sure that this stays like this. Okay?
Amazing. All right, thank you.
I went directly with a guy there. Owned by a strong arm lever guy. And then finally got 100 sets. Really good cost, yeah. Really good cost, but I've never done it. I never bought it.
Yeah. So it's
too much.
quite touching. So you
We can take the...
Yes, that's right.
Feels good now.
It's not
Sorry? Again.
So we need to make sure
It's not there now.
It might be me.
It's just the same. Hear the sound. Very minimal amount, but exactly what we want. So actually, so also sometimes just by using the flame, can you see that? So I'm avoiding this area now. So we start to take on sort of here. Okay? Same thing up there. I don't know about up here now I cannot tell because that's the blade sticking out. But definitely here. Avoiding that.
Apply the glue to the stick. Yeah. Never. Then we just create a volcano. Yeah.
And the other. Okay. Right. So we can this and this away from now.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah. You can wash all these pots out that night as well.
Yes.
Oh, these are washable?
All right, that's an excess. But you've got plenty of food set, so you have a bit of a squeeze.
Okay.
Let's go on now, do a little rub joint. Basically, you do a little rub.
And across the grain, so this kind of job is better. But again, if there is a
On the
little
floor,
bit
when you
of
do that.
yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can just...
Can you look, is that too far over?
So let's go to the second row.
Obviously here we have 17. Opa!
And
The overlap there?
That's fine.
That's fine.
What we'll do is we're going to place this behind here, and this mustn't overhang, it's just stops short like that.
Okay.
Okay, you've done a dry run of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so big one first, at the base, where my fingers are.
so it's caliper gauge, maybe the one.
Yeah, that's fine. Around here, yeah. Now we'll see. Does it all slide up? And it will tends to slide up. So this is that. But you have to adjust the clamp a little bit to allow it. So that's there, this way. That pushes it up, that's pushing it down. Okay, so here. See? See?
Oh, I see.
Okay. Now we're going to put the other one. I just got it. Haven't got it too tight to start off with. And that feels about right. Was this tight enough? No, this was a bit too loose. That's why it should be tight to stop anything moving. That's okay. All right. Because the more you squeeze here, the more it pushes it.
Oh, I see.
That's loose.
Okay.
That's what that feeding was. So we're going to come on here now.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. A bit more up. There. Enjoy yourself.
Ja. Geen merk. Geen merk.
Wait, no,
And then
wait.
just wipe off them, and then you want to take a stick to clean off that. There. And wipe the stick onto the wet cloth.
Like I use my finger.
Yeah.
One makes sense. We go on the side. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So you just get in there, wipe it off.
Just kind
Otherwise it'll
of
stick to that. Yeah, don't push it against that because it will just bring it away from that or up onto the neck. So,
like this here.
and then wipe the stick onto your cloth. And then really proper wipe out. And then double check again. That's good. Give this a little bit more pressure.
You start to see
Here.
Pull it together.
Good. Right, good clean up.
dat niet eens, hoor. Alleen zo'n play my guitar.
Okay. Right. Insert every rod. The first thing you do is
Is er ook
How generous should I be on this?
reasonable, you work quite quickly. Then you sit it on the curve. We want the curve to go down. And we want the curve to be inserted this way here. So we have it like this. So that it pushes the neck back, has a little bit of tension in there, which is again resistance. Measure here, divide by 2. If this is 81, it's 45. How big is this? How big is this?
Yes.
This is divided by half.
You have to do it on the side. On the side. Yes. Now, to get with this, you will send the bench get full of wood.
We're just trying to take out the middle section.
Yes. That it's not so. But when you work with like a soundboard or something, then damage
Creaking
all the way
both
around.
ends.
Yes. And then the
See
other
it?
side, but not.
Good. Alright. Okay.
Straight. Yeah, well, rump joint is really the key, I think, and then you can use this, for instance, and just push it down on a flat surface, and then, yeah, that's pretty good. So now, then I will wait, like holding this position, maybe 1 minute,
Because we took it
and
out,
then
this was the
a little
top
bit more,
section.
then a little bit more.
I made an error because I put it
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, because this one was.
Right. So,
This one was.
we can actually put that together.
Yes, yes,
What
yes.
to do is, first of all,
Okay, doesn't really matter.
Right off the
Clean it
excess.
now with a wet cloth. Clean
so
this
we can
before
put
you
this
do
up
it.
against the fence. Let's go for
First,
that.
first clean this, and then actually we're going to
Then-
do on this one because it's the smallest piece. So, it's,
Oh, like I put the wood on the right side, and then I put the glue.
yes, yes, okay, sorry. Yeah.
That's it, just shove it down in there, yeah.
Yes. Alright, it doesn't need to be perfect. So, right, and, yeah.
White mark goes up.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this?
That's okay. That's fine. You have tension in there, yeah, nice and tight.
And then I've just got some glue in here, so not worry about that.
No, that's fine.
All right.
clean as you can. Yeah.
And then does this get a clamp?
Yes, now we put another piece of paper for. Just going a little bit. This off. Now we have to be able to see our center line. Sometimes you see there it can be quite tricky, but we can take it from the top here. So here I can see. So it's just here. And here. Here. So I can take a long ruler.
Yeah, exactly 6
And I can draw a line here and a center line. There, okay? There. And then we'll start to have a look where with the Okay. This is just
Yes.
now we have this sort of thing in here, so we have really to watch out, and of course not included in our. It's not really a crack, so that's good. But again, I think we're coming actually. That's not really as low as possible, sort of center, something like this. Like this. We also don't want to have too low close to there. So again, I don't see any sort of, weird thing in here. And on the other side as well. Maybe that one, but we see there you always have little things like that, which is part of part of the wood. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. And
So we should get rid of these.
this is very superficial, so that's fine. So here I think we can go like this. Okay. So there and here. Like so.
Then you
Then
finish your guitar.
I will give you.
Yes, I'm starting my second now.
Well, how about you? You are like me. I'm like, I think I'm like you.
Yeah. So now we want to cut a little bit more than this shape. Something like this. So we can take this is a nice trick. Use this and mark the outline, then flip it over, mark the other half, always using the washer. Then we go on the pencil and we cut on the line.
Okay. Oh, right on the line.
Yeah, maybe just this side of the line, but not like leaving it.
I could use some tips on guiding it through.
Sorry?
I could use tips on guiding it through the bandsaw
Yeah.
when we get there. So.
I thought you were already double back. Okay.
No.
You put the timer, Chris, for the thing.
Exactly 6 o'clock. Now,
That trick, a little washer trick.
don't fuck this up.
What kind of trick is that?
It's
Oh, it would give you an extra.
yeah. Makes the line bigger.
You're
why?
actually drawing your
Why is it?
guitar now.
Oh my god, I gotta figure out where my. Yeah, I actually cut it out.
What's like the Teflon tape?
Oh yeah.
Is it a baking paper you guys use?
Yeah, but but we do have here some. Here. Three small pieces on the center, covering the center of it.
And with this method, we're not wedging anything between. We're actually tying it.
Yes,
Down.
we can do it together and I can show you. But yeah, the idea is that the rope is gonna sort of pull it together
and then the wedges are gonna make it even tighter and also flat down. Super nice and very pretty.
I have to make one of these.
Yeah, it's great.
A little off, but
Okay, so a little piece in here, one piece in here, one piece in there, and then we go to
didn't quite.
the okay, yes, especially if you do lots of miters and things, you framing and things. So okay, so that's something to change. That's just curious about it. And now we have to choose, of course, which way we want to join this. So we know that this is our fruit mesh. Okay.
All right. So what do you
Whoa, starting to look like a
guitar.
Like a guitar, yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I think this was good this morning, so we can start actually to clean this surface.
Okay.
Also because the neck has been glued not that long ago. Maybe we could give it.
Yeah, that's why the door would
So
go.
it has some lighting to do because this one was a bit higher.
Okay.
So I think I'm trying to.
Okay, so now the idea I would say is that when we put the wedges, of course, we put them not exactly, put them to strung up like
Yeah.
this.
Right.
So we have to, this one can stay there, and then this, but this half, we could do this here, and then put this piece in there, and take this, put it here, put this piece in here. Okay? And then, before I put the wedges, I will put this back. Okay? Which way this way? So, because if you put the glue, you get distracted, and then you can put it this way. You won't, just in case. So you know that this is
Still like, I've got both.
aligned.
It's
Yeah,
like-
the way the wedges. Yes. Okay. So now, from now on, we don't work with the sound straight on the bench, because the bench is not necessarily clean. We might have some, tool stuff, really sharp, which can damage the in or the outside of this. So we use what we call a warp here. Right. So, now it's time to take the template, and we don't need to draw it all the way around, we just need to draw on one half, actually, just on one half, something like, this section. Okay? So make sure you're centered on the center line. We have a bit there, a bit up there. Make sure it's sort of, centered also this way, so you have same axis all the way around. And then mark with a mechanical pencil, something like this. Just sort of this section up there.
Okay. But not all the way around?
No, just the top section. Okay. Not too nice. I tend to use just the way is So maybe it's time to, or maybe if you want to, take the evening to think about it, it's also fine. Okay, now we need a protractor. Here.
We've got some of these ready prepared, we can just dampen these out and just...
So now what we are doing is we are going to draw a flat line perpendicular to the center line at a certain
we simply wet it with...
in a certain way. So this way is basically what we're doing. We're creating the joint between the neck and the soundboard.
Okay.
So we have to think at the width that we want at the 12 fret. This will be the 12 fret position. Okay. So we have to think what kind of width we want. Traditionally, standard measurement is 62 millimeter there. Unless you say, I want a thinner neck, I want a wider neck, but
Yeah, let's go with
62 is it's very standard. It's very
yeah.
So it means that it has to be 31 and 31. So I can take this protractor here, and I can bring this. I can use the 100 as my zero,
Right.
and then
I can basically make sure that I'm perpendicular using the the protractor this way, and then I have to see there that is sort of touching that plantilla line at 31.
Okay.
Once I'm happy with that and I see that I'm perpendicular, I can draw flat line.
Okay.
Yep. Ti permetti per togliere questa è tutta, lasciala invece di così,
Infatti, senza
perché
fosse
così ti può lasciare in verità.
Where's the bathroom?
a meno di non mettere delle...
Sì, esatto.
Così
Va bene?
però non mi piace tanto, questa cosa qui. Ma tanto va lavorata, no?
Cosa?
C'è un po' di...
No, poi è dritto. Questo è il piano alla fine 2.4 la metà di questo. Plenty space.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, my GoPro did have a battery fault, so I have to It really gives it a character.
Yeah, I kind of like it. The more I look at it, I didn't really notice it until we sanded it.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.